Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. That's something I always wanted to say. I always wanted to start my YouTube channel when I'm talking about things, doing some sort of commentary and story time. It was a few times when I was writing a script or when I was just recording something and then I was like, no, that's too cringy, I don't want to do it. But I want to do it, I will try. I said a few days ago, like, what the hell? Let's try. If you don't like it, then you don't like it. If you like it, then I will just continue. But anyway, before we jump into the story, I want to tell you just a few things about me, just so you know something about me before I start. Well, I'm a Polish artist. I say I'm a digital artist from Poland. I'm not professional artist. I'm not like super popular artist or anything, but I have a dream of becoming professional artist, and I'm really trying a lot. I'm really studying a lot. I do a lot of studies of basics of drawings and a lot of poses, and I'm also developing my personal art style. And I just love to draw. It's my whole life, basically. I love to draw. I can draw every day. And what I wish to be professional one day. Okay, and also here on this channel, I want to post mostly speed paints and storytime commentary. I also want to do some tutorials. I want to say I'm not a professional yet, but I will just teach you what I know. And I think that might be helpful for beginner artists. Okay, but let's move on to today's story. So I moved to this big city in my country, which is Poland. I'm from really small town, so it was really, really exciting for me, to just start my new life in a big city, that finally something will happen, because there's nothing in my town. Like, nothing is happening there. Like, my town is so boring, but it's lovely. It's lovely, have many, many good memories, but yeah. It's a small town, and you know how it is. I just wanted to escape this small town, and now I love to come back to the small town because I miss it. But anyway, and I wanted to just try new things. I felt this freedom. I felt this like, oh, I'm a grown up. I want to just try new things. So basically, that's when I'm starting like really, really drawing like every day, and on the graphic tablet. And there was a time when I started acting classes, and I wanted to try my way, and I wanted to try to be on TV. It was like, that was my biggest dream. I was like, I want to be on TV. And yeah, my dream came true, actually, but it wasn't so good. It wasn't so as I imagined it to be, I was in a few movies as an extra. There was a moment when I got a few small roles when I could just say something, or even there was one moment when I actually got a role as a main character in one episode in like a really cheap TV series. And I remember I didn't know how to start. I was like, how can I get into television, And I remember one day I got a message from a friend who happened to see an ad for extras for a popular director's film in a city that I was staying in. So I was like, oh gosh, I want to try. Like, that's a dream come true. That's something I always wanted to try. Let's try it. So I sent my photo, I had to write some things about me, and I waited for information if I got in or no. And to my surprise, because I thought like either it's fake or I just won't get in, but I got in. Like, I got email that, yeah, you can be one of our extras. I was like, oh my god, I was like so excited. I seriously thought like I will be the next Brad Pitt or something. Maybe no, but I felt like it was something so, it was so amazing for me at that moment. I remember I was writing messages to everyone. I was like, oh my god, I will be in this movie, you know, as an extra. It was so amazing. I wasn't even allowed to say anything in this movie, but I was so excited that I couldn't wait. I just wanted to be there like right now. But anyway, I texted my friend who sent me this before, and she was like, oh, I want to try too. And she got in too, and then my other friend got in too. So it was basically like they were about to take everyone in because they needed like 500 extras for this scene. For a few scenes actually, but they needed like really, really a lot of people. So they were basically taking everyone in who wanted to be a part of it. But I was still like, oh my god, like I can believe it. I will be in this movie. It's so awesome. I was super happy. We have to wait for like a week for it, but it finally happened. So this magical, exciting day finally came. And but actually, day before that day, my friends who also got quote roles in this movie came to spend some time with me before. Like we had some sort of sleepover. So obviously we couldn't sleep all night because we were so excited. We're like, oh my god, how it will be like to be in a real movie. We're so excited. I remember I felt like a child at that point, like so excited to wake up on a Christmas morning to, you know, see my presents. But yeah, anyway, so it wasn't that good that we couldn't sleep because we had to wake up at like 4 a.m. We had to be there at theater at 6 a.m. The whole scene took place in theater. And we had to dress up and, you know, we had to look really like professional. Like we had to look like we were going to be real audience at the opera, you know. Yeah, we were super excited. We woke up. We were like zombies in the morning, but our excitements took over and we didn't care that we were so tired. And we get there by bus, I think, and I remember that the whole time that we were in the bus, we were like, oh my god, we're about to be in a movie. We're recording Snapchats, Instagram stories, Facebook stories. We're messaging our families like, oh my god, I'm going to be in a real movie. And we're so excited, like we were about to be main characters in that story, which like wasn't even near the truth. And we were so excited, like it wasn't so easy to get there. Like it was basically you just had to write to those people from the ad that you want to be there, and it would take you there because they needed over 400 people for that scene. So basically you just had to be alive and just write to them and you would be there. But anyway, we were super excited. Well, actually, thanks to that I was there, I could write that I had experience, and then I got my first role when I actually got to say something. But anyway, that doesn't matter for now. It will be for another story. Let's go back to my bad experience as an extra. So we got there and it was like 6 a.m. and there was a huge crowd, like really over 400 people. They were standing in front of the theater and we were waiting there, and we were supposed to be there at 6 a.m. because they told us that they would start recording at 6:30 or 7 a.m. after we all write that we are present there, stuff like that. But it wasn't even near the truth, so it already started pretty bad because we were there standing in our high heels, in our dresses for almost 3 or 4 hours before they even let us in. and that's mostly because the director was late. And I saw that everyone who was important there, like the director, main actress, main actors, and like all of the, you know, important people there, they were all super late. They were just there whenever they felt like it, which was super bad because all of the extras had to just wait, and we couldn't even get inside. So that already started badly. I remember that the director finally came, and I remember I saw him in a really expensive car, and he made like a few circles around the theater just to show off, which was really cringy. But anyway, I won't tell you who that was. I'm not sure if you know Polish directors. Anyway, but I'm not going to tell you who that was, but yeah, he did that. And yeah, he did that, and then we have to still wait like half an hour before he finally was ready to be director or whatever. And yeah. So sorry, this is just so funny right now to me, but I was so angry, and it just started, you know, things will only get worse. So we finally got there. We were like super tired, and they told us like we will be there only like few hours, but we were there like whole day, and we got like, so it was something like $14 or $12 for the whole day. But hey, the experience is what matters, right? And this experience was like awesome. But hey, I can create this video, which I always wanted. I always wanted to do story time, and I have a story, so well, it wasn't that bad, I think. But anyway, we went into this big, huge hall with, you know, balconies, seats for audience, stage, and it was really beautiful, like with gold elements. It was really beautiful. It looked like the big hall from the movies when they show you a huge theater and opera, and you know, it was really, really pretty. So we went there, and they told us where we're supposed to sit. Some of us got to sit at the balconies, and some of us had to sit just in regular seats. I wanted to be at the balcony, but I couldn't. They told me to sit in regular seat, but I got to be near my friends, which was cool. So yeah, we got there, and we were about to start recording. At least that's what they told us. They told us that first we had to, you know, just smile when they told us to smile, and then just clap. Yeah, and then we had to clap while the actors on stage sang opera. And yeah, we had no clue what the whole scene would be about. We couldn't know, and also we were not allowed to record or make any photos because that scene later was really important for the whole movie. Yeah. So we had to clap while the actors sang and smile, and so it all started pretty soft, I must say. But before they start to record this, they told us what we were about to do in the scene, and then we had to wait again for like an hour or two. Like, they were preparing everything, which I get. Okay, that wasn't that bad, but we still had to wait. But what was bad, it was that we waited outside before for so long, then we waited there, and we weren't allowed to leave to, you know, like go to toilet or eat something. We weren't allowed to do that because they were afraid that they're about to lose track of us because there were so many of us. So basically we had to sit there even though you had to pee really badly or you were hungry and tired. So yeah, like it shouldn't be like this. It should be like someone could stand at the door and ask you why you're leaving. You're like, oh, I'm quickly going to toilet or something, like, okay. and you could just, you know, write something, whatever. But anyway, okay. So we started like that, and then after like an hour or two, I don't remember, they started to record the first scene. So we had to clap and smile for about an hour, I believe, because they had to record that a few times in a row, which is which now I know is just a normal thing, because they have like 3 cameras, I believe, which is not enough to record from all of the sides they want, and also they want to choose the best scene. So yeah, that's pretty normal. Okay, but anyway, that was over. That scene was over, and they told us that they are going to prepare for another scene, which they will told us about in a moment. But still, we couldn't leave, and they were preparing for another like 2 hours, and we couldn't leave. And they told us, yeah, we will give you a break. It will be like 1 break, and also later there will be another break where you can eat something, and now it will be a quick break that you can go to the toilet, whatever. But they told us that there will be a break, but still we had to sit there for whoever knows how long, you know. We really couldn't move, which was ridiculous. I wanted to pee so badly, and many people wanted, and I had to leave my things in the check room, and I couldn't get them to have a drink or a quick bite or something, even though they hadn't needed us for a long time. Okay, but anyway, then they decided that finally they are about to record another scene, which was the most important scene during that day, and that was the scene that they mostly needed us for. But the main actress was super late. She was super late just because it's not like she was sick or anything. I even saw director calling her and like, where are you? And then he was talking to some stuff, like to some of his stuff, like, yeah, she's going to be late again, she's lazy or something like that. Yeah, you know, we were waiting there for so long, and then we have to wait again for so long because they couldn't record the scene without her, and she wasn't there because she was sleeping, as I lately heard. You know, because she was supposed to be there later than us, but still not as late, and it's her job to be there on time. And anyway, she was late like 2 hours. So yeah, she was like late like 2 hours, and then I think we got our first break actually, but that's only because people from balconies started to scream like, we are freaking hungry, we want to go to the bathroom, you cannot just you have no right to, like, you have no right to stop us from going to the bathroom or something. Like, that's illegal, I think. But whatever, so people were like that, and the staff was, I remember that the staff was so annoyed by that. They're like, you will have a break soon, just calm down. And I didn't mention that, but the whole time I had this feeling like they weren't treating us as people. They were really treating us like we were just a bunch of robots that they needed for the show. And we asked to go to the bathroom, we asked to eat something, or whatever. They just, you have to sit here because we have to wait for the actress, even though they just could let us go because it would be another like an hour or two. It wouldn't make a difference if we just went there for like a few moments. And even if someone got lost, no one would even like lost, I mean, like someone decided not to come back there or whatever, it wouldn't be terrible because there were so many people. Like, the scene still would be okay. They finally let us go, and it was just because people were like screaming and they were super angry. Yeah, so the staff was angry too because we wanted to go to bathroom. which was insane. But anyway, we went there and we got only like 10 minutes, which was enough actually, but you know, they could let us go before that. It wasn't like, it was unnecessary drama, I feel. Okay, all right, so we finally got our break. Okay, so after this break, we still had to wait for this main actress to be nice enough to finally show up at work. She finally did, but it was like another hour, I believe. Yeah, I lost the track because we had to wait for so long. Like, it felt like a dream at some point. I was so sleepy, tired, hungry, and everything. Okay, but finally she showed up. There was a moment when I thought like she won't show up. We will be here like forever. But she showed up at work. And I'm sorry if you hear any noises in the background. That's my mom in the kitchen baking cakes for because she's like a home baker and people actually pay her to bake them cakes and cookies, and she's awesome at it. I will show you on my Insta stories what beautiful things she bakes. The actress, she finally showed up at work and they told us what the scene will be about, and that was the only thing that was really cool during this whole day, because what they did, because this whole scene was like two guys were singing on a stage, and then behind them a kind of curtain fell behind them, and we saw a woman attached to a pole and tied up, and in a moment somebody was setting her on fire, and then some detectives were looking into it. But yeah, so they were setting her on fire for real, and we looked at it and it was really creepy. Like, they were setting her on fire and then they were quick to put out that fire, you know, and they had to do that several times to make it seems like it was a long fire and that she was constantly on fire, you know. So yeah, she was scared. She looked like she was scared. That wasn't this main actress. It was just some extra who had to go through that. Or no, I believe it was someone prepared for that kind of scenes. Yeah, so our job then was basically so we have to get up, scream in fear, and run out of the room. And what was bad, it was that there were few, I might say, quote, funny people who couldn't take that seriously, and they were laughing or looking at the camera or just doing some weird shit. And because of that, we had to record it and we had to stand up, scream in fear, and run out of the room like many times. Like, how many times? Something like 40 or even more, like a lot of times. And at some point I was so sweaty and so tired and so thirsty, and it was like either, oh wait, my cat wants to get into the room. Yeah, so at first, because of these funny people, we had to record it many times, and then we had to record it many times because either someone made a mistake or someone forget to be scared because they were tired, or someone fell by accident. We had to record it so many times. Yeah, we had to record it many times. And I remember that finally they told us, okay, you can sit down and wait. And for the first time during that day, I was happy that I have to wait for something because I was so tired. Okay, so we arrived at 6 a.m. and by this point it was about 4 p.m. And they finally told us, like, okay, you're about to have a huge break. it will be like 30 minutes for you. They were like, at the end of the corridor, there is a large room where you can use the buffet. A buffet. Sorry, I'm not native English speaker. Okay, so yeah, so we can eat something there, and we have all of the good things prepared there. I had to go quickly to the locker room because I'm gluten-free, which sucks, and I had to take my own food with me. Everyone went to this big room full of food, obviously, and I was on my way there when I took my sandwich and my chips and everything that I had prepared before, as always. So I went there. I was on my way there, and then, like, before even anyone was able to get a first bite of anything, we heard an announcement that we had to go down to the entrance hall immediately. It was immediately go down, and it wasn't like, okay, we were sorry, I know you are hungry, but we had to do this thing, like, please. No, it was to go there immediately, and they were angry at us, like, all the time, and we couldn't even eat anything. It was a problem even if we wanted to go to the bathroom. They weren't treating us as humans. That's what was so bad. Like, because we were a huge crowd, or because we were just extras, I'm not sure why, but they weren't treating us as they should. So we went down, and at this point I was like, even though I really wanted that, and for many hours, even when I was tired and, you know, hungry and angry, I was like, okay, I want to go through that, and I signed up for that, and I want to do my best. But at that point I was like, I want to just leave. I was angry, and people were angry. Okay. But then it just got worse. It only just got worse. I'm sorry, I'm like doing something with my fingers clapping and things while talking, and you might hear that. Sorry for that. I just thought of it. But anyway, okay, so we went there. We were waiting and waiting and waiting, and they were like, immediately, go down immediately. But we got there, and we were waiting and waiting, and it's been an hour, and we were hungry, and they took our 30 minutes from us, and yet we had to wait there for like an hour. Why, we could just easily just wait in this room and eat, and we had to leave everything and just went there to wait. And finally someone came, and they were like, okay, so, you know, I know you're waiting, and they had this attitude that they were even angry at us that we were waiting there. I don't know, they were angry that we were breathing. But yeah, he told us like, okay, I know you are waiting here, but our actress, and it was the most important actress in this show, so obviously she was late. And they told us like, oh, sorry, so she was on her way here, and we wanted you to be here quickly to not waste her time, but she's late. And it wasn't like they weren't apologizing, they just told us this, and that's only because people were like, what's going on? But okay, so I was like, she's late, but she will be here soon, so don't go to eat, don't leave this place, because she will be here soon. And it's been another hour. Like, can you imagine how angry we were? It's been another hour, and I was so hungry. I left my gluten-free sandwich there, so angry, and I wanted to pee again, and I couldn't, and I was angry. She finally came. This actress. Remember, we weren't supposed to waste her time, right? Everyone could waste our time because we were just extras. We weren't important, we weren't human. Our time, it doesn't matter, The main actress who's always late, she matters. Okay, because she's famous or whatever. Yeah, I was angry, and I still am while thinking about it. Okay, so after she finally came, they were ready to prepare the scene, and it also took a while. I don't know why they just couldn't let us eat for just 30 minutes. We already waited there for like 2 hours, and they were like, immediately. Okay. So we, all of us at this point, we just wanted to get it over with. We just wanted to be done. We just wanted to go home and go to sleep. Okay, so they were like, okay, now you have to run out of the building, and this actress will run in the opposite direction, and like she had to broke through the crowd. She had to like run through the crowd, whatever, to this theater, because she was some sort of police officer who wanted to investigate quickly the case or save that poor woman on fire, whatever. I don't care. I never wanted to watch that movie. I was so angry. And then I just looked for my scene, and I couldn't even see me there. Okay. So, of course, we had to record that scene for like many times. We had to record it, not as many as the scene inside, but also many times. I think like 20 something, or maybe not that much. I don't really remember right now, because I was super angry, and at this point I don't remember it, because at this point everything seemed like forever after all that happened. Okay, so again, there were some funny people there who just tried to be funny during that scene, and we had to record it more times than we should. And then someone just looked at the camera, and then someone almost fell, and then someone something, and we had to record it again. And we finally finished the scene, and I couldn't believe it. I was like, oh my god, will I be able to go home? Can I go home? And it was okay, it wasn't so dramatic, but yeah, I wanted to go home. Okay, but we had to stay and sign some papers to get the money after. And that took a while, because there were over 400 people there. And at this point I was like, and I'm saying at this point too many times, and at that moment I thought, maybe I should just go home. And I don't care about the money, but no, I had to get the money. I am so tired. I want my $14. I want my money, you know? So I stayed to sign these papers, and I was finally able to do that after a while. And then they told us, like, okay, if you want to, you can go the next day or whatever. You can go to our agency, and then you can sign up there, and you can have a chance to get some speaking roles. You will be able to speak. And I still was convinced that I want to try, and that's not like, because this experience was bad, and because there were a lot of people there, and like I believe that it won't be all terrible, and it wasn't all terrible. After that, I played in a few TV shows. I wasn't like, it just got some small parts when I was just speaking something. I had to go somewhere, talk to someone, be angry at someone or something. Twice I got like bigger parts in cheap shows, but then I decided to stop. Okay, so I think that's for another story. I might do another story when I'm telling you of my experiences with parts that I got when I was able to speak. Okay, so anyway, so yeah, I was going home, and I was confused about the day, and tired and a little angry, but also happy that I can finally go home. And I remember that I went straight home with my friends and we ate and we fell asleep. And we fell asleep and it was like we almost passed out. I don't remember when. And then we woke up like many hours later. I feel like 14 hours later with $14 in our bank account. Okay, so that's the story of me being an extra in a popular Polish movie, which was bad experience, but it also taught me a lot. I'm not sure. Patient, I don't know, but thanks to that I actually quickly got a part in a movie where I was able to speak because I got experience. There's a lesson here. I'm not the one to tell you what it was. You can think for yourself. Okay, so anyway, that's the story. I think it wasn't that bad. You know, it wasn't like so terrible. It was just unpleasant. I just wanted to share it. And I feel so good after sharing it because I was always angry about that and now I just got to laugh it off. But anyway, I really enjoyed telling my story to you, and I have a lot of stories to tell and I want to do some sort of commentary. And if you liked it, I will be that person. And please like and subscribe and leave a comment and tell me if you liked that story. What do you think of it? Do you have similar experience? So yeah, if you want to hear more, then please stay here with me. And also you can follow me on my Instagram, where it's my main account right now. It's my main art account. I post most often there, and I also post in my stories. I will ask you there about story time. I will tell you about my ideas, and so you can follow me on my Instagram, on my Twitter. I recently created an account. So yeah, I hope you all are very healthy and have a nice day, week, and life. And thank you all so much for staying here with me and listening to my story. And I hope you want to hear me again. And thank you all so much. Love you all, and bye. Bye.